You're live.
You're live. It is.
Woo!
We are live.
Hello.
Welcome.
All right, why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Hello. My name is Samantha. I am 19.
Who is your
We don't need age.
Who is your character?
My character is Heiji.
And what is your character's class and your basic story background?
He is a rogue who is a blue dragon who grew up learning under a dragonborn until they died. Now he's out finding his place in the world.
All right. What is your name and who's your character?
Well, normally I just go by Felderlings online, but yeah, Zayne is
Whatever
also
you want.
another thing. Gunther, the half-orc void, because of course I would be a void.
Why not?
Why not?
Woo!
Bards are great and half-orcs are great, so why not?
I can punch stuff and be intimidating or perform.
Sounds good. Do you have any background details to share? General, doesn't have to be very specific.
I'm just a folk hero. I saved my simple village of half-orcs. Blind beasts that had weak, very sensitive ears. So, banjo.
So you used your banjo
I-
to defeat the monsters with sensitive ears.
Yeah.
That is an excellent folk hero background. All right. Who are you and what is your character?
My name's Aiden, and my character is Swift. Fuck.
I dropped the giant dice.
You dropped the...
Ruined the stream. Completely ruined it.
Oh,
no,
boy.
we are
Start again.
allowed.
Aiden.
My name's Aiden, and my character is Swift, the half-elf ranger.
Okay. Do you have a kind of backstory at all? You don't have to, but if you do, then just introduce your character.
He's a former pirate bowman.
Cool. So you have like a longbowman on a ship.
Yeah.
Pirate, take out other ships, take out other guys. Cool. Sounds great. Excellent. Good start for everyone. All right. So
Introduce yourself, DM.
my name is. I'll come over here. My name is Adam. I'm a coordinator here, and I work with these guys. And we were gonna play a couple games of D&D. And today I'm going to run a homebrew
Oh, boy.
adventure that I wrote and entered in a contest and got an honorable mention. So I feel pretty good about that, and I'm going to run that, and it's a lot of fun.
We're currently missing one member of our group who would be like right here next to Samantha, but
Yeah.
they're not that well, so
We will see Sarah
it's all fine.
hopefully next week. And she'll
Next
join
week.
in or next time that we get together. All right. Okay, guys. So a couple things at the top. I'm going to give you some special rules that we're going to use. So we are going to play D&D 5th edition, of course, because it's the most popular, of course. That's the way it is.
How'd
Number
you grab
one.
my phone?
Because it was next to the pencil, so I moved it. I'm sorry.
We're all starting at level 1. You all have 10 hit points plus your con modifier, unless you have more than that already.
I currently have 10, so I'll just get to 12.
Okay, so you have 12 hit points.
Well, that's well.
I just want to make you guys a level 1 a little tougher, just a tiny bit, not too much. So
I have
10 plus your con modifier hit points.
13 hit points.
So
That'll be a normal.
you're normal, you're good.
All
And how about you, Sam?
I had 10 originally, now I have 12.
Perfect. You have 2 extra hit points. That's fine for level 1. Just make it a little bit tougher for your characters, which is I think is good. We are going to use a rule from a game called Index Card RPG, which is like the best RPG I've ever played. And instead of you guys having to like hit a monster's AC, which is like 18, or jump over this chasm, which is DC 12, and I got to kind of decide it. On our giant die here, I'm going to have a number for the guys. That's what you got to roll better than for everything.
It's currently a 10.
Currently, it'll be start off at 10. It will go up or go down, and if you have advantage or disadvantage in 5e, then you roll your 2d20s, and you will have to pick the higher or lower, whichever. We'll get to that when that happens.
Yeah.
It's going to start off at 10. It'll probably increase with depending on what you're fighting or what you're dealing with or what room you're in. But Index Card RPG, that's one of my favorite things about it. Number 2, we're going to use what's called a D4 timer for a lot. So I'm going to roll my D4 a bunch of times. And some things will be situations where like In 4 rounds, something happens.
Oh boy.
And so it adds tension and stuff to the
Not to play it.
situations. It won't always happen, but in this adventure, there's a couple of things that will
Yes.
this should ratchet up the tension and make it move a bit faster and make you guys have to make harder decisions a little faster and a little quicker, which is always fun. Okay, and 3, you guys are adventurers. However, you find yourself chained to a bench of a pirate ship. You've been captured. You have no equipment. You are in the middle of a giant storm. You hear the pirates. You hear the other captives around you running around, not sure what to do because waves are smashing into the ship. As you look around, you see one pirate up at the front of the room that you're in. The dim lantern light flickers above, and outside you hear the boom of thunder and the crash of lightning out in the distance through the porthole. As you awaken from because of all this noise and all this commotion around you, realizing that it's been 3 weeks on this ship. You've been 3 weeks ago. You were captured by these pirates on this great ship, the Kraken, which came out of the fog, destroyed your ship, captured everyone aboard, or worse. And now you've been here. You have nothing. Like I said, you have no equipment. You have no. You're not in charge. You're captives. But as that happens, the pirate who's guarding you up front, the jailer, he looks very nervous at the storm outside, and he hears a commotion behind him. When all of a sudden, 4 prisoners who clearly broken free of their chains, rushing behind him, grab him and start beating him up. And one of them grabs the keys on his belt and he throws them to you.
Okay.
He throws them to Swift. Swift, make a dexterity check to catch those keys out of the air.
All right.
Oh, thank God that wasn't me. Oh,
Here
good.
it is.
5.
5 plus what's your dexterity score?
17.
Okay, what's the smaller number with it?
That should be a +3.
It's a +3.
Plus
yeah.
3, so you got 5, 6, 7, 8, right?
Yeah. I got
So
it.
that didn't beat our target of 10.
Shit.
Oh,
So you reach up to grab the keys, but they just slip out of your fingers and they fall at your feet. They fall at your feet. You can't quite grab them. You're still chained up. However, it's now your turn. What do you do?
I'm going to just brute force break off the chains with my strength.
Like whenever you've tried to do this before in the past few weeks, and whenever you try and break the chains, one of the pirates comes over and like knocks you out, or like he keeps you from doing it. But now you got a distraction.
Yeah.
These guys are attacking the pirate. Make a strength check to try and break the chains.
Oh my no! No! Not a 1. No.
That's 1.
Natural 1. You pull on the chains, and for a second it looks like they're gonna break, but then you pull your shoulder and fail.
Ah! My shoulder. Why do I have to get a nat 1? I have a +3 and athletics proficiency, but I still get a 1. I don't trust this wood at all. I'm not using it again.
Okay, so you try and break the chains, you almost get it, but at the last second you just can't quite make
I
it.
lose. My shoulder's out of socket.
I literally just picked up the die and
Sam,
showed it to the camera.
what does your character do when this distraction happens?
He just is like,
Physical.
what should I do? I'm chained up. I'm probably in the fine clothes.
You're chained up, you just have your regular clothes on, you're dirty because it's been like 3 weeks. They only give you scraps of food. They don't let anybody take a bath, obviously. They're pirates. They're going to sell you guys for ransom because you have to get back to the people that you know, or your family or country, but you're just captured for now.
He's gonna use his tail
Yeah,
to try
pirate
to pick
as
up
well.
the keys.
I know.
And
Go for
well,
it.
How?
So you're going to use your tail to pick up the keys?
Yeah.
I say make a dexterity check.
Well, it is stuck.
For sure. Make dex check. 10 or better.
I still can't believe that was the first
Is it
goddamn
a
one
sleight
of the
of
game.
hand?
First,
I will give you sleight of hand. I will say that in the confusion, the jailer sees you and he tries to reach out, but he tries to reach for the keys or die for them. If you make a sleight of hand check, you'll grab it first.
19 plus 6.
So these four other captives have grabbed the jailer pirate, and he gets away from the second and tries to grab the keys away from you guys. But right at the last second, Heiji, the blue dragon, with his tail, whips him away from the pirate, and he looks shocked, but he's like, "Oh no!" And as he tries to reach for the keys, the guys dogpile him again and hold him down. You have keys in your hand. You can unlock everyone.
I do that.
Okay, so you can take your action and just everyone is unlocked. You're all free all of a sudden. All right, you hear now all of a sudden more sounds of battle from the rooms to the left and the right. You're in this small room with several long benches, basically, where you've been chained and sleeping, and this has been your whole experience for the last few weeks, right? So you don't really know anything else about the ship. You've seen pirates. You've seen these big hulking guys, which look tougher, and you've heard like this very loud booming voice from the upper decks, like yelling out orders every now and then, but you've never seen that person. You can probably assume it's like a captain or something. And you've seen the other captains around with you, and you notice someone give me a perception check. Anybody at all?
14.
14.
17.
Yeah, okay.
Got a
That's
4.
A 4? Okay, so because you're grabbing the keys, you're not paying attention to the 4 people who dogpile in this guy. But you two guys noticed that one of the captives who was leading clearly the other 3 is looks like an adventurer like you. They clearly look a bit tougher. They're a bit smarter. Clearly, the way they're using some tactics to hold this guy in a special wrestling type move and to keep him down on the ground. And that person yells out to you. It's a woman, and she says, she yells out to you and says, "Quick, get free! Get free! Find any weapons you can. We're taking over this ship." What do you do?
I would just.
Maybe starts to search for weapons.
So, immediately in your area, the pirate has a sword, and he has a set of keys. He has no armor on, but this woman grabs that sword as she knocks out that pirate, and he falls unconscious on the ground. But around you guys, there's lengths of chain, there's broken pieces of wood, there is random improvised weapons that you grab. So whatever you can think of that'd be not a real weapon, but a broken bottle or a lantern that you could hit someone with, or
Where the hell did they take my banjo?
when they captured you, they took all your stuff and they seemed to sort it, the good stuff in one pile and the random junk in another pile. It's junk, it's your stuff, you still want it. But they put your banjo in the good pile. You do know they did that. That was a few weeks ago. Last time you saw it.
I'm grabbing the biggest chunk of wood I can
The
find.
biggest thing you can see is the bench behind you, the actual wooden bench.
I'm taking
is
it.
broken, and you can grab a big giant piece of wood from it. And if you grab that, you don't get to add your proficiency bonus to attack, but it does 1d12 damage.
I'm using it.
So
I
you can
grabbed
use it to
lamp.
smash with a big board. You grab
Lamp.
a lamp. Okay, there's a lamp. There's 2 lamps on the ceiling. You can grab one. It has a big iron handle, and you could actually swing it and hit someone with it. It's it would work as it's a club, so it does, or not a club. It's like a mace. It does a 1d6 damage. Okay.
I like that I had a natural 1 on the very first thing I did. That's going to happen more in this game. I can feel it. There's going to be
We'll see. Tons of natural 20s.
I actually literally showed the camera
Yeah.
your D1.
yeah.
And that was.
You're not 1.
All right, Swift. What do you grab to arm yourself with? So you got to think something random that might be in this room. If you want to find something you could throw, you're an archer, maybe you could throw stuff. There'd be maybe a bunch of. I'll say there's.
How do you go to splinters?
Splinters?
Yeah.
There's one of the bench that he has the board from is broken. There's a bunch of long, sharp wooden splinters.
I'll grab those.
Yeah, they're you could
Like
totally
javelins.
stab them. Yeah, long as a short sword or something like that, right? You
They're-
throw them, you could
That,
pick them up, but they
I would
only
say
do
they're like
1d6
javelins.
damage.
like
Yeah,
a spear
sure.
javelin.
Yeah, it's like an improvised javelin. So
Yeah, I grabbed those and
Yeah. roll. Do this for me. Roll 1d6.
Yep.
So this cube down there. Yep.
2.
So you have 2 really good, sturdy, 2 very good sturdy ones that you can reuse as weapons a few times. Okay. All right. So pirate is knocked out. The woman stands up and says to the other three, "Come on, we've got to go forward to the upper decks." And she says, "You three, you should go explore these other rooms and help anyone you can."
Okay.
What do you do?
I'm going to start looking for my banjo.
The room you're in, I will say this room you're in is like about 15 feet long and about 15 or 20 feet wide. So you're on this kind of some kind of sailing ship, clearly. And to the front, there's a door where this jailer was, and this woman and her companions came in. And to the back, there's another door. So you want to go forward or you want to go backwards?
Mainly, I'm going to look for my banjo.
Sure. So you think make a insight check.
Instinct is
Insight. So intelligence or wisdom?
boy.
It is wisdom.
So one.
Okay, yeah, I got both.
Yeah.
That's a 2. I got 3 though.
3. I think you, from what I said earlier, they piled the good stuff in one pile. You think they probably kept it, but you can't really guess where.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
I know they have
they
it.
kept this
I
stuff.
don't know
because
where.
it's valuable, right? So you can start searching the ship for your stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Heiji is going to see his friend upset. He's going to actually start to try to see where things are, investigate where the room ahead to see where things might be.
Okay, so you're looking at the room at the gate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go up and you can peek through the door. Just make an investigation check. 14.
15.
You quietly open up the door and you see these 4 people that rescued you guys up ahead fighting some more pirates in that room, and they're getting the upper hand against the 2 pirates who are in that room. And you see a couple more captives who they're after freeing as well. So now there's 8 captives that are free, and you guys are still in this room with an unconscious pirate who has no weapon. He doesn't have anything special on him, if you look. And there's a room to the back. So what do you, she or you, I should say, or he, Heiji, right? Is your name? Heiji reports back. Hey, they're fighting up here.
Thanks.
Well, there's a door to the back as well, if you want to look there. So what do one of you two guys do?
I steal the unconscious pirate's shirt.
Okay, sure. Yeah, totally. You take out that guy's shirt. Yours is torn and dirty and stuff. His is cleaner. And yeah, no problem. He's unconscious. Take it.
I'm going to just walk to the back, rip the door off its hinges.
Sure. So it's a what'd you roll? Strength check.
It's another
It's a
2.
5, but it would be a 7.
Make
But I'm getting unlucky.
You try and rip the door off its hinges, but you just open the door.
Yeah.
It's unlocked. You open the door, and as you look back here, you kind of got the sense of this. What is from the last couple of weeks? What might be back there? But you see a kitchen. So it's a ship's galley. So there's I'll tell you what's in here. So B, C, D. The galley.
Your dice
There's
is going in dice jail.
you see barrels of water and rations. You see a counter where you see a counter
That's
where
in dice
the
jail.
That's the dice jail.
I
Okay.
hate dice jail.
It's just where everyone can. Shit.
so if you open this
Bring
door,
it to me.
you see a bubbling cauldron. You see barrels of water, salt, rations. There's a counter where the ship's cook makes the meal, and he's forced you guys to eat crappy oatmeal for weeks. That's basically all they feed you. He clearly has rum bottles, and there's a shelf full of spices and all kinds of crazy stuff. And there's a cupboard, and you can see in the back there's also clearly a trap door that must go down to another deck. And there's also I should say, there's a trap door that goes down to another deck, and a trap door that goes up to the ceiling, and there's a ladder that goes up to that. So, what do you want to do?
Gunther
I'm going down.
wants food.
I'm going to just pull. Oh no. The dragon is hungry.
So there you are in the kitchen, and there is hi.
Hey, there's okay.
Yeah, we're good. We're gonna hang out here till 6, and we're gonna go from.
Cool. I already learned how to
See you later. Yeah, so basically, like I said, you can from this room you can go up or you can go down, and there's stuff in this room if you want to look around as well. There's a cupboard, there's like food, all that kind of stuff. The usual stuff you'd find in a kitchen. But it's a weird ship's kitchen on a pirate ship. So
I'm going to point this dragon to the food first. Then I'm going to look at the trap door that goes down and see if I can open it.
So there's the door opens easily. The trap door is just like it has a big ring pull on it, and you just pull it up, and you can see down. It's very, very, very dark, and you can smell this like seawater, briny, musty smell down there. But as you look down, you can kind of just see at the bottom from the little bit of torchlight above that it looks like there's a workbench of some sort, like tools and stuff down there. That's about all you can see, but you can tell that it extends further into the darkness. If you, the dragon Heiji goes towards the food, there is a big barrel of like salted pork, and there's a big barrel of like hardtack bread. You know, like have you ever had purity hardtack for people in Newfoundland? You know, anyway, so it's like hard sea biscuits basically. Stuff that's nutritious but terrible. Tastes terrible, but is nutritious enough to keep a crew alive. And there's a someone roll a d20. Actually, you roll a d20. You're looking for food.
Let's get in the dice right. Nat 20!
On a 20,
Woo!
this is what you quickly find. Okay, so you're looking through, there's one barrel of salt pork, one barrel is bread, one barrel is full of limes, which is like for scurvy, stuff like, you know, limes. And then you're looking then on the shelf, and you notice two bottles. So one is a red liquid in a bottle, and looks swirling. It glows ever so slightly. And the other one is the same kind of looking liquid, but there's these brown spots in it, like these brown weird streaks, and it doesn't glow the same way. And you see these two bottles on the shelf. Otherwise, they're it's just standard like salt and herbs and stuff that the galley cook would use to make meals for the crew.
Heiji's going to grab several of the limes and meat and start to eat it.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
And he also takes the bottle.
It takes the two bottles. Okay. So you can write down two mysterious bottles if you want to identify what those are, because clearly they're potions of some sort. You can use on your turn. You can like sip them, and you can basically figure out what they are. So we can do that on your next turn. What do you two guys do? You look down if you look down the hole, what does Swift do?
I look up the
ceiling trap.
The ceiling trap.
Okay, so you climb up the ladder quick. You know, you used to be a pirate. You know your way around pirate ships. You can tell that this is a hatch that must go up to. Must be on the first deck, so that must go up to the second deck. And then there will probably be another deck, which is the open air above that. You have a fairly good sense of that direction, right? So if you poke your head up through it, you just see a plain room. If you poke your head up through this trapdoor, to the front of the ship, in the direction that you can tell was the front from earlier, is just a plain wooden door. But to the back of the ship is a very ornate gold door with like gold carvings and stuff on it. It must be the captain's quarters. You can tell immediately that's the captain's quarters. So that's very, very close. You can tell if you go up through this trapdoor. But you can also go down and explore the hold of the ship, where there must be storage and that kind of stuff. So, what do?
I'm jumping down.
Okay, so do you guys follow Gunther just to go down and explore the hold for a few minutes?
There can be shiny stuff. That's how I convince her.
Basically seeing what does Swift say?
I say we don't go in there because there's definitely something dead. There's definitely dead fish in there.
That's called food.
What upstairs?
What's upstairs is the captain's quarters and what might be the storage.
What a captain.
The leader.
Does he have lots of shiny?
Yes.
Okay, up.
So you have a choice. You can split the party which is not a bad thing. People say it is. It's not
Not
necessarily.
always a bad thing.
Or you can stick together and go one way or the other. So you can vote, and I would recommend that if you get outvoted, you just go with the rest of the group. But it's up to you guys to discuss it. You three discuss it. What do you want to do as a group?
I think they can survive. I'd probably be able to survive. I have the bench on me.
Make an argument to them. Like,
I'm going down
downstairs.
because I think there's going to be my banjo. Like, I don't know where it is. I don't know the ship, so
You're thinking it's down.
I'm thinking down, and there might be good stuff down there too.
Yeah, and I mean, I will say this: like, you guys, you only have to go down there for a minute, look around, explore. If it doesn't seem good, then you go back up. You're right in the same spot.
I do have a bit of night vision as well, so that helps.
Yeah.
I cannot see in dark.
So you have a lantern, though.
Yes.
So it is still lit. It's an oil lantern. Even if you swing it, it's unlikely to go out. On a critical failure of 1, it will go out. But you can relight it. But as of right now, it's just something you can then manage to hold and swing around.
So
Hold the
go
lantern.
down.
I'm going up.
All right.
I don't want to just waste my time and look at a bunch of dead fish.
So you guys decide. What do you want to do?
I have the call from my mom. I'm gonna take
Yep.
this.
Step aside. No problem. Okay.
I'll
How about this?
Go down.
Swift decides while Aiden steps away to keep point and watch out for anybody coming after you guys. You guys quickly head downstairs.
I'm going down first.
So you hope your head down. You can see in the dark. In the dark, you can see obviously tons of barrels and crates everywhere. There's dry goods, trade goods, rum, and you see a carpenter's workshop. So that was the tool bench that you saw a minute ago. And on that tool bench, there's like a little hand axe for like chopping wood, and there's a hammer and chisels and stuff, things you could use as weapons.
Yeah, I'm going to grab a couple of them.
As soon as you go grab that guy, you see a guy cowering behind a bench, and he's like, "Please don't hurt me! Please don't hurt me! I'm captive like you. They just make me work. They just make me work. Please don't hurt me." What do? And he looks like a pirate. He's dressed like a pirate.
I'm going to. Oh boy, I can use intimidation against him.
Sure.
Make him work for me.
So he's already pretty scared. So if you want to intimidate him more, you have advantage to intimidate.
Oh
Okay?
boy, I get a second.
So you roll 2d20s.
Oh boy.
Take this one.
Don't worry, I got a second one. I just found it.
All right.
Boy, an 18. I'm getting an 18.
18. All right. So how do you intimidate this pirate who's cowering before you already?
I'm also getting a +2 and proficiency, so that's a 22.
22. That's amazing. So he is under your control essentially. He's gonna do whatever you
He
want.
is my minion.
He's so scared of you for now, and he's already scared of you, right? So he's already wants to help you what you want, and you've like bullied him completely into subservience.
I just stare down at him and just, you will listen. Help me get this stuff and get off the ship.
He says, I got these tools here. Any of you or your friends, if they take the weapons, and I know I'm a navigator. I used to be a navigator. They made me the ship's carpenter. If we can get to a lifeboat, I can get us off this ship and get us away from the storm.
Yeah. I'm going to grab some tools, grab him, toss him off to Heiji, and then jump off.
Sounds awesome. So, do you want to look around this? You're down in the hold of the ship. Do you want to look around more while you're down here?
Yeah, I will look a bit more though.
So, okay.
So
So
it's interesting.
this guy, he shows you. This is our. If anybody can see that.
He is my minion, so he is behind me.
You notice immediately he gets up and he kind of like sticks close to Gunther now, who is intimidating him with his giant board. And he is a pirate. He's dressed like a pirate, but he has carpenter's tools. And he has his nose has been cut off. It looks terrible. He has no nose. And so he says, everyone just calls me noseless, sir. I'll follow you and I'll help you get off this ship. He says, there's all kinds of supplies down here. If you want to look around, there's rations. We'll probably need rations, and there's water, and there's tools, and there's, I don't know, maybe, I think I saw them store some stuff in one of those crates down the far end. Might be, I don't know, might be some valuables or something.
I'm going to break open the crate.
Okay, so you go, he points to a crate down at the far end of the hold, like about 20 feet away in the darkness. You can see it because you're dark vision. And this crate looks a little bit nicer than the other ones. It's not just a broken up old box. It's a fairly nice watertight type chest, right? So do you want to go look at that?
Yeah.
Okay, you go down and look at that. And as you get close, make a dexterity check.
18.
18.
But 16.
Well, you passed.
I passed anyway.
You passed 10. So as you go down, you get close to this chest, and you hear this loud screeching sound as a giant ape jumps out at you. And in the last second, you jump backwards as this ape, you realize is chained to the wall, suddenly like brings up on its chains. It can't get any further, and it starts screeching at you and starts grabbing at you, but can't reach you, and is in the way of the chest. And it, because it can't reach you, after a minute or two, it calms down and it kind of backs up, but it's eyeing you like it does not like you. But it can't reach you, so you're safe. You just can't quite get to it.
I'm intimidating the monkey to my side.
Okay, so this is going to be hard because it's a wild animal, and it's very angry, and it can tear you limb from limb because it's a giant 800-pound gorilla that they've captured somehow and chained in the hole. So if you want to intimidate it, you're going to do it with a disadvantage.
Oh boy.
So you can do something else if you want. I will tell you that.
Ooh, what could I do?
And Heiji is there with you as well.
Heiji is.
And I will give Swift the option again. They've been down here for a few minutes. Do you want to join them, or do you want to stay where you are, watching for anyone coming by?
I want to stay where I
Sure.
am.
No problem.
Because
yeah, you're watching for anybody who's coming up, sneaking up on you, right?
Yeah.
So you're keeping guard. Okay, so Heiji is
I
welcome to do something.
I could just
You see this giant ape as well. You're back a little farther and you see the giant ape jump at you. Yes, what do you want to do?
Ooh,
I want to throw the splinters down in there so that Heiji has
A weapon?
yeah.
You could throw one down. You could say, you hear some commotion down. You're like, hey, you okay? And you could throw one down.
Monkey.
I do have animal. I can try to help it because I do have animal handling, so I'll try that.
You could try that.
Try to help the monkey.
So I will say this: you, after because you did a really good dexterity check, and you saw this guy, he looked angry because you came up in his face without knowing that he was there. You know, but as he backs off, he looks angry but more scared. He's defensive in that sense, right?
Yeah.
So certainly, he clearly doesn't like pirates. Noseless, it peeks out from one of the barrels, like, I totally forgot about that guy. The captain caught him on some island years ago, and just keeps him down here. It's horrible thing. He's dangerous, though. I'd be careful.
Well, I'm just going to try and use my skills to handle the monkey.
I think that's a great idea. So,
Just-
how do you want to do it? Like, what do you want to do to the monkey to animal handle it? Do you want to like pet it? Do you want to like soothing words? You know, like you want to try and calm down and make like gentle motions. So you ever see like an angry dog? You maybe like you just gotta like back up a little bit and then like, or even your angry cat maybe. You know, you gotta give it some space. And
I'm just going to hold out my bare hands so he can tell I'm not trying to fight it.
I like that. That's a good plan.
That's an 8, but I get +3.
So you beat the target.
I beat the target by 1.
I'm going to make a suggestion if it's okay. You hold out your hand, it calms down a little bit, comes a bit closer, like sniffs a bit, like kind of like bats your hand, not in a playful way, not in an angry way. And maybe, Heiji, you have some food. Maybe it kind of sniffs like the meat a bit, and if you want to give it some food, then it'll definitely be friendly to you.
Heiji will happily give some meat.
Okay, so Heiji tosses some meat, and it grabs it and starts eating it, and looks suddenly a lot calmer. It was clearly frightened by you guys showing up. Now a lot calmer. Okay, so
When?
it's still chained to the wall. What do you do?
I'm going to
So
just...
Heiji, what do you do? You took a couple checks.
Yeah, true.
You're a rogue. It's chained to the wall.
I'm going to try to unchain it.
Yeah, go for it. So
That's a sleight of hand?
You look at the lock. There's a big iron collar around its neck and around like one of its legs, and you can say they're pretty rusty and old. You think you can get through it even without thieves' tools. So
That is a 16.
all right. So with the ape calm, this is what happens. The ape is calm. You get in there and manage to pick the locks, maybe using your tail or something, like to just crack open the locks. They're old and rusty, strong enough to hold like from a strength check, but if you get into the mechanisms, easy to take apart. You manage to get that off his neck and off his leg, and with that, it kind of starts. It suddenly gets angry, but clearly not at you guys, and it runs off up the ladder. Swift, you are like looking down the hole when his ape runs up past you, flies up by the captain's quarters, and is gone. And
It's gone to fight.
Yay.
Like, what is going on? Like, you have no idea. You didn't hear any of this downstairs. So they got that. There's a treasure chest in front of you. What do you want to do?
I'm going to look. Is it locked?
It's not locked. So
I'm
it's clearly,
opening
it's not a
it.
treasure chest. It's like a sea chest, is what I should
I'm
say.
going to open it.
Yeah. Okay. You open it. It's no banjo, unfortunately. But there are various. There is. Someone roll me a D100.
50.
So
Roll the other.
roll the other one.
I got 40.
Okay, so I'm gonna say Swift.
52.
Let's just do that.
91.
91?
90.
Okay. Let's add them together. This is fine. I don't really care anyway. This is fine. So 52, 91.
Yeah.
40.
I can't do math. Does anybody have a calculator? Just add that up. There's a bunch of gold coins.
183.
There's 183 gold coins
Done.
in this chest.
I'm taking it.
There is also, you see like some fine clothes in there. You see,
Were they mine?
they're not anybody that you recognize. They're clearly like other things that have been stolen, but they're very like fancy stuff, right? So there's fine clothes. There's 183 gold pieces. There is a waterproof backpack in there. There is a set of navigator's tools. So basically, if you had this, you could navigate by the stars.
I'm going to give the navigator tools to my minion.
Perfect.
Take all the gold and hold on to it.
Yeah, so there's a backpack that can hold gold. No problem. It's waterproof as well.
Yeah.
You
He
can hold
is
with your
going
water and skin.
to.
And it has some of that other basic, there's other basic survival equipment in there, like a fishing net, like a little simple fishing net, and like a water skins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Things you could use if you're trying to survive. Very, very simple stuff, but they're useful stuff. So I will say this as well. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. All right, so that after looking around for a little bit, that seems to be all that's down in the hold, other than like a giant barrel of salt, which weighs like 500 pounds. You know, that's the most expensive thing down here, right?
It is the.
There is a barrel of rum as well. Blackstrap molasses Navy rum. The real hard stuff that these sailors types drink. You know, they get
Should
their
we
ration
fill up
every
the
day of
waters?
rum.
Should we fill up the water skin of it?
You can absolutely fill the water skins. There's definitely fresh
Yeah.
water, you know, and you can fill up the water skins.
Yeah, we're going to fill up the water skin with it.
So
One
you got
water
rations.
skin of rum.
You're covered for rations now. After going to the kitchen and going down here, you're covered for rations. The basics now. Basic survival.
This was why I thought that was a good idea.
Sure. So
Small
okay.
detours for extra profits and a lot of gold.
So I will say, in terms of noseless, can give you guys some tools. There's a hand axe, and there is a light hammer as well. So not much, but so basically he has like a big mallet, like a big wooden mallet for fixing stuff. Otherwise, there's like small tools like a saw and stuff that wouldn't be very useful for like weapons.
Yeah.
But the hand axe for chopping like wood and shaving wood and stuff to build a boat and a hammer. They're the most useful things you can find. You can grab those if you want.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Noses will definitely take them.
Yeah, have Noseless carry on that stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Have
Sounds
him
good.
use the axe as a weapon in case he gets in combat.
Sure. You can obviously keep it on your belt or whatever. You can use it, whatever. Basic stuff like that. All right. So now what do you guys do? You two.
We're
Do you go back
gonna-
and find Swift?
Yep.
Okay. So you guys head back up the ladder, you find Swift. You tell him about what happened. He saw the ape run up the ladder.
D3 monkey.
Oh, so that's why that fucking ape was there.
They captured random monkey.
You
Monkey
can-
happy
You
now.
can go back where you came, where you were tied up, or you can go up towards the captain's quarters. What do you do?
I'd
To
say
captain.
now we're going up.
Okay, sure. So you guys head upwards. I'm going to get everyone at this point. If you want to go up, you do hear some footsteps running around just above you. So if you want to not get seen, you're going to make a stealth check.
Oh,
Yay!
So there's three. This is how it's going to work before anyone rolls. So the target is now, if you go up, 11, because you're going up to a more dangerous area. If two people beat 11, you all are stealthy enough.
okay. I'm
Right?
probably not going to beat it.
So if 2 out of 3 people succeed, that's fine.
I need
But-
these two to.
If 2 people fail, then you get caught, basically.
Well, that didn't
That
go in
just-
dice
yeah.
tray.
Hey, that's fine, 2.
It's like I want to
That's
get
one
it in
fail.
dice tray.
It's still a fail, probably.
6 plus 6. 12.
14.
14, that's 2 passes. So you guys very quietly.
Oh my!
Nat
Natural
20.
Natural
Yeah,
20, but I have a
good
negative
one.
2, so it's an 18 of all things.
But
So
it's a nat
as
20.
as you quietly creep up this ladder
Just-
and you push up on
Just-
the trap door,
Walks
Yeah.
while holding on to Heiji's, so
Yeah.
he just carries them.
you guys totally. It's very quiet. It doesn't even make any noise on the hinges, and you do see some people up here, clearly pirates, but they run off they run through the wooden door, the cheap-looking wooden door, and right next to you is the fancy-looking captain's door. And you're in this room alone. What do you guys do?
Into captain room.
Yeah. Into the cabin room.
I'm
So-
pretty sure our stuff's in the other room. So
Well, we are going to the captain room to check and see if there is more stuff.
Fancy
fine.
room.
All right.
Have
My
fancy
banjo can be in
shiny.
there.
Everybody make a dexterity saving throw.
5, that's
1.
a 3.
I got a nat 1.
You got
Oh.
that one.
I got a 3. in total.
18.
18.
No.
Okay. So you
Seven.
two guys,
No,
as you guys
19.
as you guys stand up in this next room, you feel the waves under the ship. Just this huge wave must have hit the ship and it swells to one side and you stumble into the wall. You don't get hurt, but you can tell now that the storm has worsened. So it must be way rougher seas outside. And in 2 rounds, which I rolled a 2 on my D4, you think that will happen again, the way you can feel the waves. So
boy.
from now on, I'm going to constantly roll this D4. It'll count down, and on 0, you guys have to roll your check.
Oh boy.
And in combat or something, everyone will have to do it, even the bad guys.
Oh shit.
So, so that's kind of an environmental hazard that's going to be going on, where it doesn't necessarily hurt you, but you'll stumble left or right.
It
and,
can
you know,
really make
it
you
could mess
lose
up
your
combat
turn.
or whatever, right? So, all right. So in 2 rounds, that'll be it. So starting now, we're going to more officially go around the table. It's Heiji's turn, then it's your turn, then it's your turn, then it's my turn. We're just going to go in a circle.
All
And if
right.
we get in combat, that's going to keep the same. Okay.
All right. So, hey, dude.
So it's Heiji's turn. There's a crappy wooden door and a really fancy door.
Hey, dude's going through the fancy door and investigating the place.
Okay. So you open up this fancy door. You try and open this fancy door. It is locked.
Can I lockpick it?
You can definitely try and lock it.
10 plus 6.
Okay, yeah.
So
So it
16.
takes you a few minutes, but you manage to. It's a much more difficult lock than that chest was or the chains were. Clearly, it's more well kept as the captain's quarters. But after a few minutes, your rogue gets in through the door. Okay, so that's your turn. Now it's Gunther's turn.
I'm going to go into the captain's room.
Okay, so you head into the captain's room, and here I'll try and explain what you see very, very quickly.
I'm looking for my banjo.
So here's the thing. I've got to read my descriptions again because I can't remember anything. I'm terrible DM.
Oh no.
Okay, so as you get in to this, okay, you open this fancy door, and there's a luxurious living area, dimly lit by a couple of lanterns, and you see a bookshelf. You see a table with like nautical charts, so like sea charts and all things for navigation, more navigation tools, and you see as well there is a cupboard, like a big fancy armoire cupboard. There's a nice bed for a ship. It's pretty small, but just big enough for one person to sleep comfortably. And on the very back, against the window that looks out onto the raging sea, you see a strange squid statue. It's in the shape of a squid, made of this black, oily-looking stone, and it's like it's almost like when you guys see it, it almost like you hear something in the back of your mind, like it almost calling to you guys. Man.
I feel like tossing it out the window.
Okay, there's a window back there.
Yeah, it's right next to the window. I can just pick it up, toss it out.
Okay, so that's what you want to do?
I want to do it.
Okay, before you do that, Swift, what do you want to do? You see the same thing, and you see this, like, this nice bed, a bookshelf.
I see no
charts,
banjo,
fancy.
so I am mad. I'm laying out rage. He knows this.
All right.
So Swift, what do you want to do?
Shit, I'm blanking.
That's okay. Do you want to just look at a specific thing, like the bookshelf or the
Yeah,
chest?
I'm just gonna look at the bookshelf.
Okay, so
see if there's any interesting books.
So you notice two things on the bookshelf. One, well, you notice three things on the bookshelf. First, it's like a big like atlas of all these different places in the world, and that's just kind of standard nautical stuff. Then you see a captain. You see a journal, must be the captain's journal, and you see a third book that's in this weird, incomprehensible language that you can't quite figure out. What languages does everyone speak if you've chosen?
I speak
Common and Nordic.
Common, Draconic, Thieves' Cant.
Okay, yeah, you don't know saying that. You don't understand the book. What do you?
Common, Elvish, Orc.
Okay, same thing. None of you guys recognize this language on this book, and if you even look at the spine where the title is, it kind of hurts to look at. It actually makes you feel weird. Your skin crawl. You don't like this book. And looking inside, there's like weird depictions of like sea monsters and like this some kind of squid-faced creature. And you guys, it's horrible. You don't even like touching it. It feels funny. The leather's weird. It's not good.
I want to throw it out with the statue.
Okay, so
Yeah,
the statue is there as well.
Throw the Necronomicon out the window.
No, it's just a catalog for Cthulhu.
Yeah, who knows what it is? So you guys don't know.
I'm still gonna call it the Necronomicon. All right.
So you pick that up and you do that. Okay.
I'm just going to first open the window, grab the book, toss it out. That's pretty simple. Then I'm going to grab the statue and toss it out.
Okay, so
That would take effort.
if you pick up the statue, then make a wisdom save.
Oh boy. Would it be insight?
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Okay. 3 plus. I don't even know what my saving throws are.
For Bard, does anybody know Charisma and I can't remember.
Would it be charisma and wisdom?
But even so, you're not going to beat 11, right?
Yeah. No.
It's proficiency and then your score.
Check
So
your sheet.
you pick up this statue. Here's what happens. You guys watch as Gunther picks up the statue and is about to hurl it through the window, which does not open, by the way. This window is not something that can open, but you could smash it.
Yeah, I
Sure.
just
That's
smashed
fine.
through it.
Anyway, but you pick it up, and then you suddenly are in
Dex
your
saving
head
throw, Resma.
are in this black space, You can't see anything around, and you hear a voice that sounds like it's coming from underwater, and it whispers to you, the captain has failed me. Kill everyone on board, and this ship is yours. And then you come back to normal. You see your friends there. They didn't hear this. And you were holding the statue. Well, you know you had the statue like this when this happened, but suddenly the statue's back on the thing in your hands. Ah! And you know that message. You heard that in your mind.
Free shit. Evil people dying. Yes!
So
I'm taking these two and everyone who was captured, and I'm going to take over this ship.
yeah, okay. I'm gonna rephrase what you heard. It doesn't say kill everyone. It says kill the crew.
Basically kill the people who were on the crew. He doesn't count because he was a slave. He's mine now, so he's part of my group.
Yeah, he was a captive as well, just forced to work more so, right?
Yeah.
You see Noseless, by the way. He goes over to the nautical charts and he like rolls those up and picks those up. He says, I'll be taking these. I'll keep. There's a case, like a waterproof map case. He puts them in that and slings it across his back.
Yeah.
So that's the basics there that you see. And as you look back at this squid statue, like I said, which is you had over your head, but suddenly it's just back on the
which still
shelf,
confuses me. And
it's freaky. You don't like that, but you heard that message, and it almost like when you look at it, it feels like it's moving, but it's clearly not. Like your eyes
it's not
play
moving,
tricks
but
right? in the
light.
flickering lamplight, it plays tricks on your mind. Okay.
Magic rock.
I'm going to say this one more time. There is also a big iron bar, a big cupboard full of her clothes.
I'm going to go and look in it.
Okay, so I'm going to roll some really quick because it's technically my turn now. Okay, 7. So nothing happens. You guys are still in here. No one shows up to interrupt you. What do you do?
I'm looking in the armoire.
Guess what's in the armoire? Bunch of fancy stuff. So there is a banjo, because that is your most prized possession.
It is.
What is your most prized possession from your character sheet? Before I said you had no
Goes
stuff.
to Ember.
One thing. And Swift, what is your most prized possession? Probably your longbow, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
So you got a fancy longbow and a quiver of arrows. That's in this armoire, along with the captain's clothes. Like he has like a fine suit and like a nautical commander's uniform and like all kinds of stuff.
I'm grabbing his clothes, putting it on, and I'm going to get the biggest, fanciest hat he has.
He has like a huge tri-corner hat.
Yeah. Just a fancy Captain Pirate hat and be the new
Most
captain.
valuable thing would be his ring.
Yeah, it's like the most important thing to your character, right? So there's a box with a ring in it, and that's
Yay!
So you find it and you get it back. So you got so clearly, and you notice among this, there's other like valuable looking or semi-valuable looking things. Like there's just some random treasures that you could take if you want. But clearly the captain takes the best loot, the most valuable thing to keep you from self.
I'm taking them.
So you got your banjo, his clothes. You got your fancy longbow. You got your ring that's important to you. Do you want to explain your ring? You don't have to.
The ring is basically what identifies him as a prince.
Ah, got it. So that's your like signet ring that identifies who your character is. So you take that to keep because you need it back. And and you notice. I'll say you notice. Roll a d20.
Me.
If you roll 10 or better, it's a luck check just to see if there's something else here. 5. So yeah, you find your own stuff. That's the most important things here, and the fancy clothes. That's about it. So.
Fancy clothes.
But you guys have some of your stuff back, which is pretty cool.
I have my main weapon
back, and that includes a crown, but
all right,
it's not too fancy.
So you seem to explore this room. You have an ultimatum from some entity to
take over.
Something and take over the ship. What do you guys do now? There's one exit, and that's it. There's only one exit to this room.
Let's go. You got banjo. I got ring.
We can take over a ship.
Okay, sounds fun.
have everyone else overboard.
Yeah,
All the
sure. Let's
crew.
do it. Let's do it.
All right.
Noseless human, we go.
To take over the ship.
Take over ship.
And he's seeing you in your fancy clothes. Goes, aye, aye, Captain, and salutes you.
The new half-blood captain of the ship.
And he says, I don't know the whole ship because they don't even let me go around everywhere. But if we go forward, there's more rooms that are like the mess for the pirates and the mess for the chosen.
Is there where other stuff is?
He said, if you're looking for some stuff, maybe the mages. There's mages on board. They might have some stuff.
What about our stuff?
Your stuff? So probably gone. Probably they sold them last port.
No.
I won't say you can't ever find it, but maybe there are things gone. What were you looking for specifically?
Keep.
Your cape? Oh, okay. Well, I will say in the closet, there's a fine cape that you can take. You explained that to me before with your character's backstory, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. There's already definitely fancy clothes, so there's going to be a fancy cape in that armor as well. Okay?
He needs special cape.
Yeah. Well, we'll say it'll do for now, let's say. You can disguise yourself. You can see what happens, okay?
Aiden's just gonna put on the cape and try to hide its tail again.
Sure.
Look at him been hiding it.
All right. So yeah, Noza says forward. There's some mages that are they're helping out. Like they get hired by the captain to provide firepower when they're fighting other ships. And there's the pirates, and there's the real scary guys, the chosen. She says they're scary ones. I've never stayed in a room more than 30 seconds with one of those guys. They're just terrifying. So, like I said, there's one exit. What do you want to do?
We're going to the
Let's
main.
go.
So, I will say, you don't have to go like when you go out when you leave the captain's quarters. There's a wooden door in front of you, but there is the trap door to go back down as well. So you have those two paths. You can go down and explore more where you came from, and like maybe try and find a route to sneak around, or you can go right through the door.
I feel like just besting the door open and
Sure.
just.
Yeah. So, all right. So you can this flimsy wooden door. I will say you don't even have to make a perception check. Your passive perception is probably like 13 or 14 or something.
Yeah,
You can hear like scuffling and fighting and yelling beyond this door. So, do you want to just burst open the door?
just.
Sounds good.
And I'm going to try and use my performance to try and get people to my side, the captured people to my side, and just yell out, "This ship will be mine. Get rid of the crew."
Okay, here's what's going to happen. So, as you kick open the door and you yell that this ship will be yours, you see, as you burst open this door, you yell this out, and then you notice that everyone in this room is dead. There's like 2 dead pirates and 3 dead captives, and they're just all dead. But there's a trail of blood that leads to the next room. A little further on, there's another wooden door, and in this room there's a bunch of benches, and you hear scuffling past that door.
I'm going to continue forward and do it again.
What does Swift do?
What are my options here?
So there's a door forward, or you can go back where you came down to the lower decks.
Door forward.
Okay, so you want to open it? Do you want to listen at it? Do you want to look around?
Have Gunther kick it open and yell at people.
I'm just gonna listen in on it. See if there's anything worth.
So you're going to make an investigation check.
All right.
Not perception, investigation.
Roll the
Okay.
20.
Yeah, so then you should be able to find.
Oh boy, intelligence.
Your investigation is +4, so that's pretty good.
10.
10 +4, you beat the target of 11. So you listen at the door, and once again you hear some fighting up ahead. But this time you hear a really deep, gruff voice, and he has like, it's hard to explain. Like he has like it echoes in a really weird way, and then you hear the voice of the woman from earlier who freed you guys, and they're clearly yelling at each other, and she says like, "We will defeat you, you knaves," and then you hear like the clash of swords as they are fighting.
Charge in.
Okay, so you guys charge in, and what you see is.
Can I do what I did before?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I'll roll.
Roll the first.
It's a 16.
Well, that's a 20.
A smutty 20.
So, you guys see when you crash in, you see this big guy with an axe, and you see the woman who's like a
The sword.
yeah, she has a cool sword and she has like cool tribal tattoos and stuff. And you see with the guy clearly, the axe is a pirate, and you see two other captive guys who look pretty weak, but they're fighting the pirate guy basically. And so like these two guys are here. You know, this would be great for our stream to see, but whatever. So these guys are here, and you guys. Oh, let's do this. You guys burst in back here.
We're gonna have to move this down.
Yeah. So the pirate is fighting these two guys. And this guy, this big brute looking guy, and the woman are fighting, and you guys burst in at the end.
And here I am screaming my lungs out.
And this room has like some like benches, like the one you came from. Like there are benches on either side.
Yeah, the one that I carried, but now I have my main weapon, my banjo club.
This guy's actually standing on. There's a door here. You guys come through the door here. But basically, it's a very simple room. Lantern swinging above, and we're gonna roll initiative. But here's how initiative is gonna work in this game. I'm gonna roll a number. If I get the highest, then my guys get to go first. If even one of you guys beats me, then we'll start with that person. We go just clockwise around the table.
All right.
Okay?
Roll.
So, 20.
7.
Okay. Remember to add your initiative.
10.
10. Do you have an initiative score that you can add? Plus 2.
12.
12. Initiative is up here. Plus 3 for you. So if you beat 20, you guys get to go first.
14.
Okay, 14. So I'm going to go first. So basically, you guys burst in. They're not even hardly paying attention to you, except for you yell out your cool line. And the pirate kind of like looks and is like, he sees more reinforcements coming against them. And the big guy swings his axe at the woman. And he rolls a 20, which definitely hits.
Oh, so that's a critical.
He rolls not a natural 20, he rolls a 20.
Oh, exact?
Yeah, just a dirty 20, let's call it, which is a...
So he has a +4 there.
So...
oh, boy.
So he does he has a big axe. He does 4 damage to this woman. She cries out in pain as he kind of like hits her with the flat of his axe and pushes her back, and she gets pushed back a little bit, and she sees you guys and says, help me fight, help me to vanquish these evil pirates. I'm a terrible actor. The other pirate guy tries to swing at the two guys attacking him, but he rolls a 2 and misses. So he's not a very good fighter. He just has a little sword, and he swings, and those two guys dodge away. They go back in and start pummeling at him. She rushes back in to swing at this guy, but misses. And the two guys, they both hit the pirate for, I think they hit the pirate, yeah. Yes, they did. They hit the pirate for 5 damage.
Yay!
So that guy looks really hurt all of a sudden. He's not looking good as these two guys, they just have like clubs, like pieces of wood they pick up, and they both start hitting him really hard.
And now it's my turn, right?
So yes, now is yours.
Okay. What is our game plan, guys?
Kill the big one.
I want to go for someone.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just so.
You go to help these guys
Yeah.
since he's low.
So, okay, and actually, that was the end of my turn. So very quickly, everybody make a dexterity saving throw, and I'm gonna roll 1.
Jesus Christ.
So, what did you roll better than 11?
No, I rolled a 2.
I got 10.
Okay, so everyone that rolled better than 11, nothing happens. If you roll less than 11, then you stumble as the waves crash against the ship. So these two, they get flung into the wall. These two go 5, 10. This guy goes there.
I just barely failed.
So you roll 10?
I got 12, but I have -2, so it ends up going to 10.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, so you move just 10 feet. So you're like right here. So you go right here. You don't hit the wall or anything. You're fine. You just stumble to the left 10 feet. And I'm going to say Noseless just fails. He fails and falls back out the door. Noseless, he's just a henchman. He's not great. And did you pass or fail?
I passed.
Okay.
Because I got an 18.
So you basically like, yeah, you can kind of fly, right? So you like at the last second pick up and fly, and you don't move, and it's swift fail.
I
11
rolled a
or better.
2. I rolled a 2 and I have a +3, so
Yeah.
that's a 5.
So you get flung into the corner. You don't get hurt or anything. It's just that you're now moved when that happens.
Now you're in the
And
corner.
in one round, that's going to happen again.
Oh,
So
geez.
when that gets round to me, it happens again. So that's our timer. That's our environmental timer for what could happen,
Yeah.
right? So okay, all right. What do you do?
I can move. If each box is 5 feet.
5 feet is fine, yeah. But it doesn't even, in all honesty, distance doesn't matter too much. You can reach anyone in this room.
Oh, yeah. We can just reach anyone. It's a small room, probably.
Yeah, small room.
I'm
You can rush up
going
there.
here, and I'm going to use my breath weapon on.
Ooh, fancy. So, what is your breath weapon?
A dex save, DC of 12.
DC 12, yeah. And I'm going to say the pirate, just so
And
everyone...
it's 2d6 if he fails.
The pirate is going to have a +2 to his roll, but does he take half damage if he still passes?
No, he takes no damage if
No
he
damage
passes.
passes. Okay, but it's 12 or better, right?
Yeah.
So 18, 19, 20. You shoot your breath weapon, and at the last second, he sees you. He sees this little dragon fly towards him. He's like, ah, and he jumps out of the way.
Lightning.
As a lightning bolt smashes into the wall, this crack of thunder echoes through the room because, like, whenever there's lightning, there's thunder. That happens, and he doesn't get hit. Special rule that we are going to do for, I believe, your character, because we said you're not a dragonborn, you're an actual dragon, just a dragon wormling, is on your turn next time, you're going to roll a d6. On a 5 or a 6, you get your breath weapon back, okay? That's how it's going to work. Because you're an actual dragon, you should be able to do it more than just once a day. Or once a short
Actually,
rest.
we
I don't like
said
that. What did we say? Yeah.
how
Con
as
mod
much
card.
of con mod,
Yeah,
so I can
let's
do
do that.
it twice.
Yeah, twice. Fantastic. And then you got to take a rest before you do it again. So
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with that. You know, if I want to make the game harder because you're destroying my enemies, I'll make them, give them some extra hit points, you know? Next time. It's not a big deal.
I mean, they're
So, okay, so you do miss, unfortunately, that time, but you do, like, scare the crap out of that guy. I'm actually going to have him make a charisma save, and if he gets scared, he's going to run away.
yeah.
17. He looks frightened, but because you missed, like, because he managed to jump out, he doesn't look scared enough to run away. But he doesn't look good. Okay, Gunther. You're going to rush up, and you are going to attack the big guy.
Yeah, banjo.
You're going to actually smash him with your banjo.
Yeah,
Okay.
the banjo is a big one club that I carved and
Okay.
turned into a banjo.
Nice.
It's
So
just
does it
this
count-
big old branch.
Does it count as like a great club?
It's
The
kind
weapon?
of like a great club.
Yeah, so that's like D10 or D12 damage?
It's actually just a club.
Yeah, it's a normal club though.
So that's D4 damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know what I mean? I will tell you right now, I'm willing for it to be a big two-handed club.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
probably would be.
I think it makes sense. The banjo's a fairly big thing, like this big.
Yeah.
You know, my friend used to have a banjo. It was like
It's
you
just a
could hit
big
someone with it.
branch that
Yeah.
was cut down a
Exactly.
bit just to
It has the strings, and
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with that. I think that's an
just
awesome
using
idea.
the backside to just.
Yeah, just brain them with that. So yeah, go for it. 11 or better.
The dice was like this, then it goes this. Just
Roll
to,
in the tray. I'm going to say this actually anyway. You do have an ally next to him, so you got advantage.
Yay!
So you're going to flank. Actually, I'm going to say this. You can move up to here, and you flanked that guy. So now, you know, he has to defend from two sides. You have advantage anyway. I was going to say that. We are going to use the flanking rule. I like that rule. It makes combat quicker.
Okay, 12.
Yeah, 12. So you hit him, because 11 is the target. He doesn't have an AC. To hit a monster, it's 11. To jump over a hole, it's 11. To climb over a rope, it's
Anything
11.
is 11.
Everything's 11. Now, like I said, that could go up or down, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you hit him. So, great club. Does anybody know what a great club does? One second.
Okay.
5E, SRD. Great club. The 5th edition SRD is one of the best. One of the best things you can use if you are a DM. Very quick references.
Wait till he tells you.
It's 1d8 bludgeoning. It says
1d8.
simple weapon, 1d8 bludgeoning.
Roll away.
7.
Plus, anything else?
Well, I do have strength +3.
Yep. So add your proficiency bonus as well. I think. Do you use the bard?
Yeah.
Is the bard proficient with that weapon? I believe you.
Well, I have
What
athletics.
kind is? What kind of weapon is it?
It's a club.
Bird. RDSRD bird. I'm going to see what weapons you are proficient in.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Actually, I should say that anyway.
simple.
I'm sorry, actually, it
Hand
doesn't
up,
matter for damage
bow.
because damage is just plus your strength. But
Yeah.
you hit him anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Cantrips, spell slots, spells, no first level, spell casting ability, ritual casting, spell casting focus.
It's
Guard-
long
Ooh,
sword.
Void
short
has a
sword,
lot.
Simple.
Void is void.
yeah, you hit him, no problem. So you do 1d8 plus your strength.
Yeah, okay. So I rolled a
1d8 plus
7.
3.
Oh, weapons. Simple weapons, hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, short swords. Simple weapons, you can. Your banjo is a simple club.
Yeah.
So you're proficient with it. So when you roll your d20, add your proficiency bonus and your strength. So remember, your proficiency is +2 at level 1. So now that's to hit. Your damage
So that's plus
is
5.
d8 plus strength.
Okay, yeah. So I hit
So
7 plus 3.
plus 3, 10 damage. Nice. You wail on this guy,
And then there's bludgeoning.
you clearly hit
yeah.
this guy so hard, like you baseball swing into his back.
There's a attack bonus here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that-
So that should be +5.
Yeah.
I changed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
So
makes sense.
you get behind this guy, baseball swing into his back. He stumbles forward, cries out in pain as you hear like his ribs break.
Ooh.
And he is
Oh.
hurt. He
Oh,
is very
God.
clearly hurt.
Yeah,
So-
I was trying to go for a flank. It was just.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, that's fine. So you got it. So all right.
God, my rolls are sometimes terrible. Why did I get 2 1s already?
That's it, man. It happens.
At least I got 12.
Sometimes ones are hilarious and it's fun. So okay, Swift, your
2
turn.
different dice. I got a 1.
It's if you get ones in a row, it's bad.
All right. I'm gonna.
What's the channel?
How much can I move on?
You can move anywhere in this room. It's
It's
fine.
mine.
But like these are benches, so if you want some cover or if you want to like jump up on
Thanks,
one or
Marvin.
something like that, right?
All right. I'm gonna jump up on this bench right here and try to shoot this
At
guy.
the big guy instead of okay. So I will say if you didn't
Like-
jump on the bench, this is what I'm gonna say. If you stayed on the ground, he would have some cover from the benches and from the other people. But because you get the high ground, you get a shot right at him, so it's a normal attack. Okay, so you're going to roll with your longbow.
Yeah.
So your dexterity is +3, right? And your proficiency is +2. So your longbow's, you're going to roll a d20
Yeah,
plus 5.
He's a friend of sea guy. He worked at the minute.
A D20 plus 5.
Yeah. So roll your d20.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So this is to see if you hit.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
What'd you roll?
all.
I think it was a 9.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. 9 plus 5, you beat 11, so you hit this guy with an arrow. So so you guys see Swift get up on this bench and shoot an arrow at the big guy, and you hit him. So roll your d8. That one. Plus 3.
2.
So you roll 5 damage. So yeah, this arrow hits this guy in the shoulder. He's still standing, but he looks really pissed off, and but he looks really hurt as well.
He's
Yay.
taking 15 damage. That's a lot of damage.
So
15 damage is a good chunk.
So here's what's going to happen. So now it's back to my turn. So the chosen guy, now he sees that he's getting surrounded, but he also looks like Gunther. You can tell this guy's not going to run away. He's like he's some kind of fanatic who's going to fight to the death, right?
That's
So
his.
you just hit him in the back, and as he spun around, he got hit by an arrow. So he takes his axe and swings at you, and he rolls a 12 plus.
That's
3,
enough to hit.
15. So is that hit? Yes. So
Oh no.
he does 7 damage to you with his axe as he swings around. Yeah.
Oh my.
So that happens. Then the pirate guy, he again, I'm going to have the pirate roll. On a 3, he doesn't go after Swift, who's right next to him. He goes back after the 2 guys. He rolls a 15 to hit Swift, who has an AC of 17. So he does not actually. He just hit Swift for 1d6 damage with his scimitar. So Swift, you take 2 damage.
All right.
So you take 2 hit points of damage. So your 13 becomes an 11.
Mm.
Okay. So yeah, this pirate rushes up at you and he swings, but you kind of like sidestep and he just like grazes your leg with his sword. And his sword is rusty and like not very good, so it only just hardly even gets through your armor. It just hurts a little bit. It's more like it doesn't even cut you. It actually just like hurts that he hit you with the edge of your sword. So that happens. Then the paladin and the other guys, I'm just going to do one roll for them basically, but they don't get to attack. They try and join the melee as well, but they miss the other guys. It doesn't matter much. So
End of your turn.
end of my turn, I have one roll, a dexterity saving.
Cannon ball.
11 or better.
That one.
That one.
Yeah.
Got a 5.
Plus your dexterity is 3.
I got an 8, but
Yeah,
that
it's a
goes
plus
down.
3 on
Yes.
dexterity for me.
You're a ranger,
All
right?
right.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. So this huge wave, again, smashes into the ship, but it smashes into the other side. So everyone goes 5, 10. You just bump against the
I
wall.
got that one.
5. Yeah, you just bump into the wall. That's fine.
Get in the wall now.
5, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10. So you guys all stumble out in the direction as the waves come from the other side. But as you, I will say, you guys can kind of feel the boat evens out a little bit after this. So it's going to be a little while before you feel that again. So, okay. That was my turn. Back to Sam's stage.
I'm gonna go here.
Yep, I'll let you
I'm
fly
worth
into
blinking.
flank that guy so you can attack with advantage.
Okay, time to smack with mace. With the lantern.
Lantern,
You gonna use the lantern? Nice.
It's just a straight dex or
Dex and your proficiency to hit.
dex and
So +2 and then plus your dex.
+4. So
Yep.
that's 13.
Oh well, wait, rather no. You're using the lantern, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be plus your strength. So +3 instead. But you beat 11.
Yay.
Yeah, as long as you beat 11, you're good. So.
Yay. 1d6
So-
worth of smack.
So you, as the ship rolls, you fly and smack into the wall, but that actually gives you like a chance to get past this guy, arc over him, and then you hit him in the back.
Just drop it on his head. Like
So
just-
roll your damage. D6
5,
plus your strength is 1.
8.
So nice.
8 for a good smack on the head.
So, and you, I will let you do this. Do you want to kill this guy or knock him out?
I'm giving him a lantern straight to the head.
It's up to you.
I'm thinking that will
It's
kill
a big
him.
iron. It's a heavy iron lantern. for sure.
That will kill him.
Okay. You smash this guy. He's dead. Pirate is
Gone.
down, and the two other guys cheer as they see the pirate go down, and they turn to face the big guy as well. So everyone is now going to gang up on this one big guy.
Yay, we murdered you.
I'm going to fight the big guy.
So Gunther, yeah, you're up.
I'm gonna use washroom.
Banjo again.
Banjo again. So same thing. Like he hit you with his axe, you come back with your club, roll to hit him. 3.
That would be nice.
Probably not. So +2 and then plus your strength.
Yeah, that's +5. So that's
So yeah, so he kind of you hit at him, but he kind of parries and dodges. Okay, Swift, your turn.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Nat 20.
Nat 20.
First nat 20 of the game for a hit. You do a critical hit. So here's how our critical hits are going to work. You you do 8 damage, and then you roll a d8 and add your modifier. So
3.
3, okay, plus your modifier for damage is dexterity, which is 3. So you did 8 plus 6 damage.
All right.
So 8,
14.
14, you kill this guy. He is dead. So yeah, so critical hits, the way I like to run them to make them feel like they really hit, is your first, you know how you get you get 2 dice normally. When you do a critical hit, you get to roll your d8 twice and add it up. But I just say one gets maximized and the other one gets rolled. That way it just makes it feel more fun, right? So yeah, how do you kill this guy with your arrow? What does the arrow do?
Probably in the face.
Yeah, probably just go
He has
straight
like
for-
an armored helmet on.
All right, so
It can-
Well,
It just had
it
to.
has weak spots.
Yeah.
okay, so just through
Like,
the eye socket.
right through his eye. Yeah. You seen that meme where it's like, oh, what's my AC? Like 27? It's like funk, natural 20. Like, you guys, just shows that knight with the arrow right through the arrow slit. It's like, hey. But yeah, totally. You, Swift, seeing your friends fight this giant guy, you just aim right down the, right down the line, right into his eye. All of a sudden, he just stands there for like 3 seconds and then collapses backwards with a huge smash on the ground. And the paladin person, the woman who's, you can tell now, is clearly some kind of warrior paladin type person. She catches her breath, looks exhausted, and says, oh, thank you, my friends. We've got to take the ship. It's the only way we're going to escape. We have to get to the captain.
Okay. Can you take his
And
sword?
so she looks at you and says, and she reaches out, her hand starts glowing, she says, you're hurt, here. And she reaches out to touch your wounds.
I'm fine with that.
She can heal all 7 damage of each.
Oh my god.
Yay.
That's amazing.
So she uses her lay on hands ability. She only has so much of it, she can't do it forever, but she heals some of your wounds with magic, holy, divine power.
Can I have tiny dice pointy thing?
What?
He wants the sword.
Oh, the sword. What sword?
The scimitar.
Scimitar. Oh,
The-
the other guy.
The pirate has on his, I will say this, you don't have time to loot things like armor, because it takes like a long time to take armor off and put it back on yourself, and it's not necessarily going to fit you, but weapons are free game. You can always pick up weapons from an enemy. The pirate had a rusty scimitar, does 1d6 damage, standard scimitar, and the big guy, he had like a like doesn't look fancy, but it's really well made battle axe. So it does 1d8 damage. Or you can use in 2 hands for 1d10 damage.
What damage does the scimitar have?
1d6.
I could
One
probably
D6
dual wield the axe and the
plus-
banjo.
Then you take the battle axe.
One
I would
d6
say-
plus dex.
No, but you're both too heavy.
Mm,
Plus
understandable.
Okay, now the scimitar,
straight
you can also
range.
use dex
Heavy hand.
with your scimitar instead of strength.
Dex is more what I use.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So you can grab scimitar as a great weapon for you, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you hear more shouting from above. The woman says, "My name is Scylla. I'm a paladin of Helm, and I protect your people. And if you want to get off this ship, and so do I, let's work together."
Mm.
What do you
Name
say?
Heiji and dragon.
Keeping in mind what you heard from the. So you can tell this person is a Helm. You recognize the name Helm is a god of like soldiers and a god of guards, like people who guard castles and guard towns and stuff. So she's definitely like lawful good.
Yeah.
She's a good person, right? Who's somehow captured, wants to help these people out by throwing off their shackles and taking over the ship to escape.
I might be lawful evil, but I'm going to realize killing this person will just harm me later on.
Yes. So I think
So
that's
it's better to
reasonable.
keep her alive so she can give me a better name. And I'm taking this ship over. Kill every one of the crew.
That can be your total goal. You don't have to tell her that.
I don't really tell
Yeah.
anyone about my goal. It's just
So keep that in mind. So, all right.
So Noseless just runs back in, apparently.
Yeah, Noseless just run back in. He's useless, basically. He's just your NPC minion. He can do things. He can fight, but he's not a very good fighter.
he's very weak.
And he's also, like, if he gets hit, he's going to have to make a charisma save or run away, basically. Right now. And he's very weak. He only has a couple of hits.
Yeah.
But he knows a lot of skills. He's a very useful navigator. He knows how to survive on the ocean because he's a sailor.
Yeah.
He's, that kind of
He also has Swift.
So, yeah. Like Swift, you recognize this guy. He's not a fighter, but he's clearly a good sailor, right? Like you can tell. He has like weather-beaten hands and knows how to use the tools and has sea legs, so he doesn't stumble as much as everyone else does when the sea comes over. You don't either. I should give you advantage on those checks from now on, actually.
Actually,
So-
I didn't really stumble all that much.
Yeah,
when-
exactly. Right. So,
Like-
but next time I'm going to give you advantage. So you roll 2 dice and take the better one.
We forgot he
And
was a
he
pirate,
just-
didn't
He's
we?
a pirate. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You forgot I was a
Heiji
pirate.
can
Everyone
You can
forgot.
fly.
he
You didn't say
can
anything, so-
more
Right.
so hover. He
Yeah.
can't
Yeah, the
actually
rules.
fly.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, D&D is weird.
All right. So you guys recover for a minute. The lady helps heal your wounds, your more serious wounds. And there's a door ahead and a door back. What do you do?
The door at back is just going to
The way
be
you guys can. Yeah. So
Door forward.
marching forward.
she says when she can tell you when I got captured, they didn't just like blindfold me as much, or I managed to see some stuff. So up on the weather deck, which is the main deck open to the air on the ship, she said there's the main weather deck where a lot of the crew are, and they have a big, giant ballista crossbow at the front of the ship, and they have the quarter deck, which is where like the captain's wheel is and stuff, the ship's wheel. That's like up higher. The captain's probably on the quarter deck. That's probably where you're gonna find him.
I want to go to.
And she said, otherwise, there's the mast. She said, I did hear a very loud crack earlier, so the mast may have been damaged. And I said, this storm I don't know what's going on with this storm. It's crazy. It's like, and she said, I'm a priest of Helm, but I'm also a bit of a sailor. I've never seen a storm like this.
Let's
She
get.
says. So it's not good. So she says, so to survive, we got to get the ship and get out of the storm. That's what we got to do. So she says, yeah, are you with me?
Yep.
All right. So she tells you we are on the second deck now. So above us is the weather deck where open air again. So we only got to find a hatch to get up, which I think is at the front of the ship.
Okay, let's go.
Understand.
So, all right. So
You dropped the dice.
there's a couple rooms ahead of us.
Right.
There's a couple rooms ahead of us that we can get through, then we can get up there. So, all right. What do you guys? back to just your turns. Doesn't matter so much for me. What do you do? What does Heiji do?
Free roll make it.
Heiji's gonna start to go forward and look for any stuff in the room ahead.
Okay, so the room ahead. I'm going to roll a d4 and see what shows up in there. 1 again. You go to the next. Room, and once again you see a bunch of already dead bodies. So people have been fighting and they've died.
Is there anything else?
That looks to be the main thing. I will say. Just a second now. 10 words. 1 for each room. Yet 1 is corpses. That a 1 means there are corpses.
Dead people.
Only dead people here.
Time to move forward.
Oh shit! I messed up something earlier. It doesn't matter.
But wait, is there anything we can loot from the dead bodies?
You can look. You can investigate and have a look. Yeah, for sure.
Alright.
I will give you.
Investigating.
I will say it's. You have. No, yeah, you don't have disadvantage. I mean, just you can investigate and see if there's any shit up. If you guys roll well, essentially, then I'll make you do something.
13 plus 1.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. So
16.
you beat the 11. That's the main thing.
So exactly what am I using for this?
What do you want to find? Investigate.
Investigate. Okay.
I
Nat 20.
All
I
right.
have a +4 in investigation, and I rolled a 7.
So that's
yeah, so you pass.
11.
So
All right.
8, 9, 10, 11. So you guys all pass. So that's good. I'm gonna say you look at there's weapons, basic weapons, whatever you want to find, and there is because you rolled a 20. You notice one guy looks he's wearing a bit fancier clothes. He looks like he must have been like the first mate or something, and he has a healing potion.
I'm grabbing it.
So it's not broken. It's in a little leather pouch, and you can take it. Absolutely.
So I can get a rapier and dagger?
You can absolutely find a rapier. This guy, same guy, he has a rapier because he's a
Yay.
fancier officer.
Does he have a short bow?
No.
Does any of them have daggers?
There's definitely a dagger, yeah.
Yay,
100%.
I got.
You guys all beat it, so no problem. You got a rapier and a dagger easily off these fighters that are dead. And if you want to find anything interesting,
What's there to find?
what do you want to find? That's the question. Do you want to find like extra arrows, or you could find a different weapon, or
Yeah, extra arrows.
yeah, okay. There's one guy had a quiver of arrows, so you have 2 quivers of arrows now. So we're not really tracking those too much, but if you roll like, I think what we'll do is if you roll a natural 1 and an attack with arrows, we'll see if you run out of arrows. But you have 2 now. You have 2 quivers. I'll try and keep track of it. It's kind of a weird rule, something I like to play with. I've done before, and it worked really well. But so write down like 2 arrows on your sheet somewhere. Arrows times 2.
Yeah, true.
Under your equipment or something. That'll be 2. But basically, if you roll a natural 1, maybe you're out of arrows, and then you only have 1. And then if you do it again, you could have no arrows, and then you got to use a different weapon, right? That's kind of the idea. But I'll tell you how we do that when that happens.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's the basic. You can find some basic equipment on these guys. You find a healing potion, which is great. So you did have 2 weird potions earlier. You never did check.
You want a taste potion, number?
If you like, give them like a little tiny taste.
Yeah, I'll taste them.
You do. You find 1. Same thing. It's another healing potion. So you have
So-
2 healing potions.
So which one was it? The one that glowed?
The one that's glowed red. The one that's brown, you don't even have to taste it when you open it. It smells terrible. It has like a sweet, sickly scent, and you realize it's kind of like a choking gas. So if you smash the bottle, it would cause like a choking cloud to make people like have to make a save, or they get like sick for a minute. You know, so you might incapacitate people.
Yeah.
You know, just to get an advantage on them, basically, right? That's the idea. Sorry. All right, guys. It is 5:51 right now, so we have got to end soon, unfortunately, for today.
I say
But
now is a good thing to.
what do you guys think? You found some equipment. You had a big fight. you started off on the Kraken. We could pick up again next week and maybe escape the ship if you guys are up to it.
Okay.
Sure,
What
that
do you
sounds good.
think? All right.
And
If
Thanks
anybody
for
actually
watching.
joined us, thanks for joining.
somebody does seem to have joined.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
is one person.
One person.
Yay.
Hi.
And
What's your
look,
name?
it's rival too.
Oh, cute.
Oh.
Say hi.
Got a
Hi.
second person watching.
Wait,
Nice.
there's a second pet? Oh,
Yeah,
hello.
look at
There's
that.
cute people.
Everyone
Yay.
say hi. We
Hello.
are going to play again next Wednesday, hopefully, if everything works out.
Yeah.
And then after that, maybe every 2 weeks, there will be a Christmas break for ASL closing. But then in winter, if everything is good and COVID doesn't keep us apart, then I'd love to keep playing. And after this adventure, well, if you guys get the ship or if something else happens,
I'm probably going to kill the captain.
we'll see
with
what
the
happens.
gas. I wonder what happened with the monkey. That week.
Monkey,
Yeah, take it.
take your drawing back.
Alright, thanks.
All right. Good session. Good first session. And if
Two
Sarah
nat
joins
ones.
us, if Sarah joins us next week, we'll have a fourth player as well.
And I have all my game now.
Two
All right.
natural ones.
2 natural
This-
ones is nothing. That's no big deal.
You want to know?
I got a nat 20, but still, two natural. Like my first roll being a nat 1. That has to say a
Let's end
lot
the
for
stream.
me.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna end
And this
Nice.
is all.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
And it's over.
Woo.